Hey, how you doing? So what you're going to see right now is a video of me, coincidentally, because I'm promoting a work I'm doing around fear right now. But something happened to me where I ended up having a panic attack, and I wanted to show you me actually going through it, what was happening mentally and physically with me, and then how I actually overcome it. So I hope that this helps you in some way, and that you can see that anybody can go through a really difficult situation, but that it is actually possible to come out of it. And this is actually going to be a two-part video, so this is the first part of it, and you'll see the next part when I've managed to put that video together. So yeah, this is me having a panic attack and how I actually overcome it, and how I use permaculture thinking to get me through. So take care, and I'll speak to you later. Love you loads. So I'm recording this now whilst I'm in this psychological state. So I've had a message come through from someone who I know as part of where I used to, part of my life, and something's come through. They've sent me an image of this thing, and I've sort of corresponded with this person and asked them to do a particular process for me, and they've sent some information back. And I'm not going to get into what this particular thing is, but what it is, the thing that it is, has made me go into this panic and shock in my brain, and I really feel it in my body. So I had no idea what this thing is, where it's come from, the information and all of that, and I need to process that. So I'm not going to respond to it here and now, because I know that my body is in a state of fearfulness. It's gone complete shutdown, and it's gone in this flight and fright mode, and I guess I've gone into fright and freeze kind of thing, and I instantly just I'm really scared. My whole body is in the completely scared kind of mode, and instead of responding to this thing going, okay, I wonder what that's about, I need to contact that person, blah blah, do all this kind of thing, because I had no idea. I'm trying to wrap my brains about everything, but instead of responding to it in a psychological way that's more rational, I'm responding it with panic. I've literally gone into panic, and that panic is more than likely based on experiences from my past. It's based on that would include outcomes of things like that, but it's just an interesting process that's happening for me right now. And it's fear. It's just fear. It's fear. And I know I can't respond to the problem in the state I'm in the state of fear. So I'm just sitting here now. I'm surrounded by trees. I'm in a place where I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to drive. I don't want to do anything until I can feel my body calm down, and it goes back into a more a gentle state where I'm breathing more gently, where I just don't feel shock and panic. So I'm waiting until my whole system calms down, and then I'm gonna let my brain process everything, because I don't want to respond to this thing in an emotional state. It doesn't help. I'm not going to be able to feed back in the way that I want to, because I need to be able to understand. And a big part of this is knowing. So I'm just sitting here now because I'm responding to how I know my body is reacting and will react. So I didn't want to drive, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to be able to respond in a more, I guess, level-headed way is any way I can describe it. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of go through this process right now while I'm in this moment, and then just share that information. Yeah, but it's really interesting what I'm feeling, and I can gradually feel myself calming down. And I'm confused because I had no idea what this thing is about. And yeah, all kinds of things are kind of going off. So I'm imagining all the worst kinds of scenarios and that. So I'm gonna yeah, see, that deep breath, I can feel myself, my body's just reacting and it's calming down. I've got some water beside me, so I'm going to drink some water to help, because instantly all my organs are working, like everything's working sort of much harder. So I'm going to drink some water to help me calm down, and then I'm going to process how I can respond to this situation in a different way. And that's what I want to do. My goal is to be able to respond to the situation in a different way without my body going into a stress response. So all of that cortisol is just going all over the place, and I want to bring that stress response down and calm myself down, because it's not good. It's not good for our bodies, the whole stress side of things. So, you know, when we've got all that stress building up, we can get ill, we get all kinds of ailments. So the thing I want to do is just bring my body into a state of being calm, and I can really feel that now. So I'm trying to reduce those cortisol levels, and then I'm gonna go off and do what I can for what I had planned with my day, and then deal with this situation when I'm in a state of being able to actually deal with it, when I know that I can then, I guess, use the more logical side of my brain to actually find a solution to the problem. Yeah, so this is what's going on right now in this moment, and it's really interesting being in this, with this situation, having this feel. I can feel it just working. It's like working its way down to my knees. I can feel it. I can literally feel myself physically calming down. And I think a big part of this is being a highly sensitive person. I feel stuff so viscerally. Yeah, so I can feel that all calming down right now. And again, taking another deep breath, and yeah, so I'm just going to sit. And it's very easy to respond when we're in a stressful situation, to respond with emotion and not being able to think properly. We react in ways that we don't actually want to react, rather than taking the time to just allow our bodies to relax, to calm down, to reduce our stress levels, to reduce the cortisol that's screaming through our body, and then coming at the situation with a calmer thought process and being more gentle to our body. Okay. Thank you. So it's taken me almost an hour to really calm down and feel a place where my body feels normal, if you like. I can still feel the heaviness in my chest, really short breathing. I still feel a little bit shaky, and these are signs for me of having a anxiety or a panic attack. So what have I done, or what am I doing to help mitigate these physical and psychological processes that are happening? Well, as you can see, I've come to a park, and just being here, wow, is making me feel so much better. Oh my god, I want to cry. I can really feel it again in my body. I just feel stuff so much in my body. It's amazing just being surrounded by trees, hearing the birds. It's shady, the sun is out. It feels good. I feel protected by the trees. I feel their energy. And the breath that I'm taking now, it's breaths of release. So this is one of the ways that I am finding the solution to overcoming what happened to me just now. So I haven't got to the crux of why I had the panic attack, the actual main problem, but in the here and now, what's important is for me to do some self-care techniques before I can approach the major problem. So if you like, it's breaking it down into a more local process. So the local is you, is me. It's that zone. In permaculture terms, it's that zone 0, 0. So I've been using permaculture thinking, what tools and techniques do I have? What do I know? So a key thing is here within the permaculture framework, or the thinking process that I use for my well-being, is what do I know? What do I have? Use what you have is a really good principle. So I know that I need to take that time to calm down, to relax. So whatever I'm doing, whatever's happening, I just have to find a way to actually do that. So I didn't drive. And I've come here to be in the park, which, as you can tell, it's just amazing. I love it. But I'm also aware that talking to somebody is going to be really helpful about this, and having another opinion, another mindset can help me figure things out as well as to the process. Is it me? What have I done? Etc. etc. We always look at ourselves as being the initial problem with anything, and that's not to say that's not the case, because everything that happens to us starts with us. We control how we go through life. We control how present we can be in life. We control how we respond to a situation. So this is what I'm doing. I'm responding to the situation in this way. I know I want to be able to approach the major problem in a more easily responsive way, but I also know that I have limitations. So part of permaculture thinking is recognizing limitations. In permaculture design, we look at constraints, we look at limitations, and we can use that. So my limitations are, in an HSP, I go into being very sensitive in my environment. My brain holds a lot of different things, a lot of trauma, a lot of processes. So I'm aware of my limitations, so I know I need to do things that will help me to overcome whatever major situation happens. I'm aware of it. This is where my permaculture thinking comes in. So yes, I'm in the park right now, and yeah, it's really helpful calming down. So yeah, I'm feeling okay, and just doing this. So this talking to you is all part of that process, like sharing what I'm feeling, sharing what's happening. I still want to maintain what I do in my life, the practices that I carry out. And when I have a panic attack, it stops me. I can't do the things I want to, or I can, but it's delayed by however long it takes me to calm down. Sometimes I can be out for 2 or 3 days, just not being able to process things properly. I get brain fog, and then it changes everything in my life that I want to do. So one of the things before I actually started walking the park just now was that's it. I'm just going to give up. I'm not going to do anything. There's not much point even stepping up in life and doing what my values are, what I really enjoy. I'm just going to go away, be as extremely introverted as possible, and just hide away in a corner, because that feels safer, and I don't have to face major things in life. But when we do that, we also don't experience in the beautiful things. We don't experience creativity. We don't experience love sometimes, you know. So the key is to find a way to overcoming fear. And what I use to help me overcome fear is permaculture. Permaculture thinking. It helps me on a process. It's not always the answer to everything, but it helps me to get to where I need to get to. And I use the ethics, I use the principles, but I just use that way of thinking. It helps me to find a solution. So permaculture is a solutions focused way of thinking. And yeah, so I'm just gonna spend some time being here in this space and allowing those cortisol levels to really settle, to feel calmer, and get on with my day. I love you loads. Take care.